Dear friends in Jesus Christ, today I'm going to try to share my reflections slowly, which means I wanted to try something new, or I want to try some new words while speaking, while sharing my reflections, my thoughts. So, in that way, I can make it interesting to be listened, make it interesting to listen to the sharing of the gospel of today. So, dear friends, in today's gospel, we could see, we could read, we could derive that Jesus Christ is telling about Jesus Christ is feeding the people because they were in the deserted place and he began to teach them, and they were there in the deserted place and somehow brought food and somehow not brought food. So therefore he did not want to send them away without being fed. So therefore he was he was telling the disciples, give them something to eat. And what was the question of the disciples? How can anyone get enough bread to satisfy them in this deserted place? How can anyone get bread to satisfy them in this deserted place? This was the question of the disciple, dear friends, at that moment. But then Jesus was performing the miracle. How we can derive this reflection in various ways, like he was asking the people, those who have brought food, extra food. So by collecting from them, he could have shared with the other people. So that is also one of the way. And he prayed to God, and then God gave the bread. Dear friends. So from our lives, we are sheltered in this world. We are sheltered in this world, but even in this world is providing us the enough food for everyone to eat and drink, and be satisfied and be filled. Filled with the food that is necessary to live on a day but what happens, people, those who have power, authority, so they are taking everything and keeping it with themselves, and it is getting spoiled or something. They are not giving to everyone. So the earth is ready to feed everyone, but the human who is so possessive, who is so much greed, who has greed, he is not giving others to eat. He is not giving others to eat. And that is one of the reasons, dear friends, we fail to feed others. We fail to sympathize with others. What Jesus was doing, so he did not want to send them home hungry, but to give them something to eat. So the church also is telling us to feed the others. How? Give your time to other. That is the loaf of bread that you can offer to the other person. Reconcile with the other person. That is the loaf of bread. Give what you have, something like food or clothing. That is the loaf of bread you share with the other person. And this is what, dear friends, we need to practice in our day-to-day life. So therefore, let us share with others whatever the resources that we have, excess in numbers, which we may not be using, but we can try to reach out to others by sharing our material with them. Thank you.